If you've decided to replace your old, slow hard drive with a zippy NVMe SSD, there's one more question you need to answer. Should I buy a Gen 3 SSD or a new Gen 4 model?
This video is sponsored by SK Hynix, the maker of fastest-in-class SSDs. The new Platinum P41 PCIe Gen 4 NVMe SSD exhibits technical excellence driven by unmatched speeds and reliability. The Platinum series represents the company's flagship retail lineup geared towards gamers and content creators looking to turbo boost PC performance. Check out the link in the description in order to grab the Platinum P41 today and give your PC a huge upgrade.
The good news is moving from a hard drive to an NVMe SSD is like a night and day experience and will have your PC feeling literally faster than it was when it was new. However, you also have to think about whether to buy a PCIe Gen 3 NVMe SSD or a PCIe Gen 4 SSD. Although it sounds like people are talking about the generation of drives, they're not. It's actually in reference to the PCIe interface that the drives talk to your PC through. Although Gen 3 to Gen 4 doesn't sound like much, it's actually a huge difference in performance. PCIe Gen 3 to PCIe Gen 4 doubles the interface speed. For SSDs, that means essentially a doubling of the read and write performance too. For example, a typical PCIe Gen 3 drive can read up to 3,500 megabytes a second and write up to 3,000 megabytes per second. A typical PCIe Gen 4 drive, however, can read up to 7,000 megabytes per second and write up to 6,000 megabytes per second. What does that mean? It means whether writing or reading from the SSD, the potential wait times can be cut in half. If you are copying a large number of games or video files, a Gen 4 drive will offer a significant reduction in how long you wait for it to be copied. Before you get too excited, note that I said potential wait times. Because of how file storage works on modern PCs, most of the actual felt performance going from a Gen 3 drive to a Gen 4 drive will be seen and felt mostly copying very large files. Launching Office, Chrome, or most applications will actually result in performance differences most people can't perceive. That's not a knock on Gen 4 drives though, it's just the reality of the way PCs work and the fact that Gen 3 drives are already so spectacularly fast you might not be able to tell the differences in everyday tasks. That's not to discount the actual performance a Gen 4 drive gives you, but it's mostly apparent while copying large files. The good news is having a faster Gen 4 drive may soon make a difference in gaming, where Microsoft's new direct storage feature in newer games can allow an SSD to move data directly to the graphics card, bypassing the slower CPU. We haven't yet seen this feature appear, but all indications are that you will need to have an SSD with very high speeds to support it. So what's right for you? It depends on what you do. A Gen 3 drive is still fine for many people, but if your desktop or your laptop is Gen 4 ready, there's simply no reason to short yourself for the potential performance advantage if you can afford it. A Gen 4 drive, though, is the best choice for those who don't like slow, large file transfers and gamers who want to be ready for the future when direct storage appears.